different slices of nature. Ooh, traps popping. It's a sugar shred, bitch! Welcome back, fam. I am Masculinity Architect Dwayne Langham. This is the Ave, Yolo Ave, the road least traveled, and you have just tuned in for another Sugar Shred update, day 36. What do we got? Yesterday's sugar fast, going through the update today, down 3 pounds, and that is with, I will say yesterday, some splurging and enjoying, which is exactly why I'm making this video and the topic of the title. Nothing outlandish, and I did stick to the sugar fasting. Just had some yogurt, pineapple, honey late in the day, some watermelon, some celery, and what is that? Celery and salsa, and just dealing with cravings last night. Cravings or wanting to eat, one or the other. But anyway, went to bed at 2:40. Actually, was the top of the scale of the night, and wake up today 236.2. So another 3 or 4 pounds down, which is what I said I expected to happen. And what I'm also noticing, have noticed, just stick to the protocol. Always keep following it because it always catches up. The protein, the carbs, the starches, as well, the drinking, and I would say just over excessive calories, not being down, like I said, around 1,000, 1,200. Like that's a really ramped up sweet spot that's going to kick up the metabolism as far as burning the body fat off instead of the dietary calories. So is what that is. But with that, as I always know, stick with the process. It'll do what it needs to do. And so patience is a virtue. With that, I want to talk about the reality of body transformation, weight loss transformation. As someone who has lost 150 pounds and kept it off, I was 378 when my first daughter was born. She is now 14. So 6, 7 years ago, as I've said, when I first lost the initial 100 pounds. This year, losing another 30, 50 now with the sugar fasting. But the whole context, I have lost a person's weight, and I know what it takes. And that's exactly what I'm dealing with right now. It's like an amalgamation. So first and foremost, when I say weight loss transformation, the number one secret to it is that you, right now where you are, wherever your goal is, wherever you are that has you not there, that version of you is not the version of you that has the goal that you want, has the health that you want, has the body that you want, has the endurance, has the strength, has the stamina, whatever your goal is. I say this across the board, right? It's not just about the scale, it's about health. So that being said, there's something that you have to accept when I say the number one secret. You see, all the information is out there. Whatever diet practice, protocol, whatever you apply, the information is available. That's why there is no real secret. Lev, yo, welcome. Thanks for watching. The only secret is it's going to take not just discipline. You can pick up discipline as you go, but internalizing the discipline. So let me speak to directly on the court what I'm dealing with. Like I said, yesterday I overindulged. You see, there's a comfort that comes along with knowing how to control your body. There's a comfort in just living. Divine Feminine, that's my work if you know in the background. But with that, it's the feeling. What is life? What is the quality of life? What is this experience? A birthday comes up, a holiday, an event, it's summertime, it's the weekend, I worked hard, whatever the scenario, there's all the life circumstance. How does it feel, right? What is life? This tastes delicious. I want to eat. And that one thing right there, when I say discipline, what I really mean is getting the discipline and control of what you put into your body and what you do with your body. Now, I'm not just saying calories in, calories out. We know that. That's not new information. But what you may not be aware of, what you may not have tapped into, is that the version of you that has you unhappy, dissatisfied, not at the level of health that you ideally want, that version of you has made all the choices that give in, that cave, that feel good, that are easy. All the food choices, all the activity choices, all the lifestyle choices that have added to the results that you are living. Good old Florida in the background. Get it in early before the sun gets at full peak. So, what you're going to have to understand is that it's going to take you not only locking in. So, I don't want to emphasize discipline because I'm not a diet mindset, I'm a lifestyle mindset. And you can lock in and do something temporarily. You can take the information, it's readily available, and you can lock in and do something temporarily. And you'll reach a goal. Then what? What next? I want to give you the real. You only live once. This is your life, and it's always going to be this way. So it's best to think about something like this before you even set out, before you lock in, before you take on the discipline, before you take on the dedication to hit that goal, to then want to relax, kick your feet up and enjoy, but then you want to go back to your old habits. The thing is, the unhappy, unhealthy, whatever state that you're in is from the life that you've been living, the lifestyle. Because you haven't felt anything every time you picked up that food, every time you decided not to get out, go for a walk, not to take the stairs, not to do the healthy choice, every time you drank a soda instead of water, unless you're sugar fasting. But the whole context is that those choices and that lifestyle added up to incrementally, right? And that's where it makes it so challenging when we take on a philosophy of weight loss, a philosophy of dieting. When we take on that I'm going to hit this goal, I'm going to change something. But if you don't really psychologically take on, I'm going to change who I am being. I'm going to change the individual who chooses an extra workout instead of an extra snack. And specifically, again, getting on the court for myself, I know I have done days of discipline, days of intermittent fasting, days of water fasting. These are all disciplines that I've picked up, so I know I have the muscle and the willpower to do it. The thing is, it doesn't make it any different after that I don't want to. And that's where, as far as sugar fasting, right, has been a benefit because I can get the same benefits of fasting, but I can enjoy eating. And as I've dialed in to see the science, what it still means is the same: calories in, calories out. What it still means is the same. Maybe it's the snake juice, shred juice, whatever I'm calling it. Maybe it's the coffee, bulletproof coffee, or actually putting some sugar and some coconut oil in there, which are the things I have now. But the whole context is that versus the calories, that versus what I could keep eating, that versus. So it's an actual mindset that has to be taken on. As you've seen, as I've been very human, when I say I'm a regular motherfucker, I know I'm a gym guy. I know I've got decades in the gym. I know how to build and all that. I'm not the average, but I'm a regular motherfucker in that I'm human, in that I'm not a robot. I don't stick to any protocol. I'm not going to bullshit you. I'm not going to sugarcoat. I'll tell you exactly what I'm choosing to do because I'm choosing to do that. And the next day I wake up just the same, looking at the scale, looking at everything, and understanding that I'm sabotaging, that I'm causing delay. And I can also understand that me doing this will continue to do the same thing. That was the frustration. That was the exploration this year, and to figure out, okay, what the fuck do I have to do? Let's pick up a scale. Let's pick up a food scale. Let's start measuring macros. Let's try on the sugar diet. All the things I've been doing, because it's going to take that to actually see the transformation, to actually see the drop in the weight, that intentionality, and then understanding that life after, what next, may be a bit different. And if you're not willing to do that, you're not going to get the result. The thing is, there's always a question of what level of living, lifestyle, do you actually want to enjoy? And that's where I really want to, I keep emphasizing and grounding that lifestyle because I feel that's the most important factor. Anybody, the worst person that knows nothing can get a script of what to do, follow it, stick to it, get the result. And what the fuck happens after? Is that something you use just when you want to go to the beach, just when you have an event, something that you want to look good for, just when summer's rolling around? And there's nothing wrong with that. But the context in not taking on your mentality while you're trying to do a weight loss transformation is that no matter what you do, as soon as you put that script down, your lifestyle is going to pick back up. Your bad habits, your favorite treats, snacks, whatever else, And so, if you are a person who's found a pretty much healthy maintenance, acceptable maintenance, you don't really have health issues, you just want to look a certain way temporarily and that's good enough, cool, great, do that. For people who are looking at serious life transformation, weight loss transformation, what you have built up over the years, accumulated over the years, the habits of who you are being, because that's what you're really confronting, is you're not a person with willpower and discipline. Coming back to myself, having already done it, still in this journey, keeping the weight off, there's no doubt to me I'm never going to be above 300 pounds. Matter of fact, when I got under 300 pounds and I crept back up to 290 was immediately what had me locked down. And even if struggling to make progress to a six pack, my ass never went above 260, 270. And not without any intentional effort. I wasn't fighting anything. I just dropped old habits that no longer worked. So I say that to encourage, knowing the discipline of, for me right now, wanting to eat. I want to eat because I can. My mind has a whole list of all the sugar diet benefits of how it ramps up the metabolism and everything else. And if I want to, by next week, hit a goal of 225 on my birthday, there's a calculated number of days. And there's a amount of food that I really need. When I share and say not being hungry, I'm actually talking to the hunger itself. I've distinguished for me to clarify what hunger is. Hunger pains is actual fasting, water fasting, depletion of energy, where the body is hungry, actually needs to be fed, needs nutrition, needs energy. Without that, it's just that I want to eat. Something tastes good, something, the smell of it, the thought of it, and I want it. That's it. And that's the only thing standing between, me fasting or just having snake juice, just having coffee, just having whatever, keeping the calories down. Like those 1,000 calorie days, I was not hungry. I was never tortured. I was never unhappy. I was never not able to enjoy myself. That's with a salad and a bowl of fruit every day. That's with snake juice, actually taking care of my body's needs and nutrition. So I just want to encourage, beyond being, influencing, promoting content, promoting information, talking about the wins, and, everybody's attracted to the scale. And I just want to really get present because no different than scrolling social media. I'd rather have you in touch with the reality of my whole journey, reality of what it really looks like to transform your body, transform your lifestyle, and what it takes. No matter how many times you've done it, no matter if you've never done it before, it is always going to look the same. And that's the secret, is that it's anybody who does it professionally, anybody who does it as an influencer, content creator, or just has successfully done it for themselves in their life, they know the truth of what this looks like. But from the outside looking in, having never had it, having never realized that you lived into this lifestyle and built up the body, the lack of health, the lack of activity, the lack of endurance, stamina, whatever it is that you're deficient in, you built that up over years. So picking up a temporary protocol, you can do that. It will work temporarily. If you don't address the big picture in the background, when it's all said and done and you cross the finish line, it's still going to be you and yourself. And what do you think is going to happen? So I want to encourage you that the number one secret to actually transforming your life, where it results in weight loss, is you're going to need to pick up a lifestyle that sustains what it is that you're looking for. And that may be the daily discipline of eating or not eating, how you eat, what you eat, when you eat. That may be the activity level. Right now, I'm walking instead of running. While I know sprints kick up testosterone, metabolism, all kinds of other things, burn more calories, I also know that the low impact is not going to leave me feeling like I need to reward myself, feeling like I'm extra hungry, extra exhausted. So I'm having to think into things that build out the lifestyle to get the result that I want. So drop your comments down below. I want to know, what are your challenges? Have you lost weight before? Are you struggling to lose weight? If it's 5, 10, 20 pounds, if it's 50, 100, 200, what has been your experience of the journey, and what are you doing? What are you thinking of? What are you putting in place for your lifestyle to actually sustain it and have it work and have it last so that you can truly enjoy it for the rest of your life? I mean, that is the important part, right? What I say, who wants to be buried with a six pack? I want to enjoy it along the way. I want to enjoy the experiences. I want to enjoy the food. I want to enjoy the socializing. I want to enjoy the people. I want to enjoy how I look and feel. And that is a hell of a balance that you are not going to get if you are still being, and therefore doing the things that got you unhealthy in the first place. So the number one secret in my book is getting a foundation of what it takes. One of the staple things I talk about: look like an athlete, live like an athlete, be like an athlete, compete with yourself. You're going to be the baddest motherfucker on the court because it's your game. But in the meantime, I'll be right here. Wishing you the best, only success, being the best version of myself. One could say, beyond empowered, baby. Out here getting it. The question is, people, who are you going to be? Peace.